Good morning, hello, 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 beautiful people. How are we doing? Okay. Well, I haven't promoted this little live session today, but it is Wednesday. And I've been having so many things on my mind recently. One of the things being that the end of the year coming up. So as I can imagine, all of you guys are also thinking about lots of stuff. But first of all, let me just say good morning to everybody. Loads to do. I had a little plan here of what I wanted to talk about. So let's just hit that really on the head, because I don't want to be too long since I'm already going up to 12 o'clock my time. And as you know, hump days are really important days for everybody. Good morning, Alice. And just wanted to say, I didn't want to really put it on this post, just want to say thank you to everybody. You know why I'm saying that. For those of you who don't know, it's okay, it's fine, it doesn't matter. All right, talking about reflection and this time. When I hit December, I always feel it's a good time to reflect. I don't know if it's because my birthday also falls in the beginning of December, and therefore I feel one reflects, you know. And if you notice that I did post for you guys something about the stories that we tell ourselves and what we believe. And I just thought it would be a really nice note to do our first hump day live of the month. So this is the last month of the last decade of this year, of this center, of this, oh gosh, I'm losing my words now. So this is a new decade coming. And this is the last month. And sometimes it's a little bit scary. And I think even more so for when you have different transitions happening in your life and even in your country, as I do. Fortunately for me, I do have dual citizenship, and I have 2 elections coming up. So there's so much I can say around that, but I will leave all of that election stuff to a different post on my personal profile, which I will do shortly. But yes, so what I wanted us to think about in this short little hump day live is a little bit of a recommitment. I've had to do that as well. I had a little incident with my foot at the beginning of my exhibition. So that not only put me out of commission in the sense that I could hardly walk because toe was hurting me, but that on top of the exhibition took me away from you guys and this whole group. So I just feel it's a nice time for me to recommit to you guys, and also first to recommit to ourselves. So let's get back on track. I just wanted to clear that up. Starting off, that I want to just talk a few things, and you can drop me some comments as well about what we want to recommit to as we end this decade and as we end this year, and we look forward to a new decade and a new year. Okay. One of these things that we talk about is movement, of course, on this group, because we're looking at living Pilates and being fit, strong, and flexible. But we have to also remember, as I always say, that being fit, strong, and flexible in our body, if we can maintain that, it gives us sort of what we call an anchor in coaching, that it gives you, that's one thing that you can check off and you can feel, okay, I'm accomplishing this, so what else can I accomplish in my life? And therein is the whole topic of what I wanted to discuss this morning, or to talk about, or to share about. And I find this very often, we don't give credit to our accomplishments, which means we lack self-appreciation, we lack that self-love, and in a sense, a self-awareness. Some of us, and some of you who may listen now and hear this later, are highly accomplished people. All of us are highly accomplished people. Every time we get up in the morning, we're accomplishing something. And you know, at the end of the day, few of us sit back and check off what we have accomplished and say, okay, these were already too many. I acknowledge it were too many things to accomplish in this day, but I can put them towards the next few days. Okay, where am I going to place them? Timelines, all these sorts of things. And say, okay, I will accomplish these X, Y, and Z the next day or the next few days. We don't pat ourselves on the back and do that assessment and analyze where we have come from, where we have arrived, and what we have accomplished. And that is what I want to talk about today. Because having had a birthday at the beginning of this month, which was yesterday, and used the day to review and assess what I have accomplished this year and this decade, actually, I might get a little bit emotional here. It is really quite phenomenal. And otherwise, I would have just looked at what I have not yet done because of all of these things that I set for myself. We all do that, yeah? And we just think what we have not done, yeah? So I think that this is what I would really, really like us to all think about. What are the things that we have done? And how can we acknowledge that for ourselves? How can we reward ourselves in some way, shape, or form? Maybe you guys can say what kind of rewards you want to do and acknowledge. Sometimes we may use tools to be able to look back and say, okay, we've recorded that. I'm just looking for my diary. I have a diary that I put my appointments in, like an appointment book, so that I can always review that and put little notes. And then I have a book that I write as I go along in the day, because sometimes you need longer notes. I'm a writing person. I'm a creative. I'm a person that uses my hands. So I do like that. A lot of people maybe don't. Hi, Julie. Hi, Marcia. So some people put everything onto their laptops, I have a couple young ladies that assist me virtually, and that's what they do, everything is, which is great for me, because then everything we discuss and all the plans that we make of things we have to cover, because I have quite a few little pots on the fire and things that need to be done, that they can just send it back to me. Okay, Carla, this is what we discussed, and this is what we're going to be accomplishing for this week or this month. This is the timelines and stuff like that. To do December came flying at me at the last week of November. So that one was a little late because it was held up with the exhibition. But the exhibition was great. So that's all. But yeah, so let's take each thing one step at a time, because we all know we have different areas in our lives that we look to accomplish things. And I have this little table that not a table, a little, what I call a life wheel that I use to just check off when I'm doing my planning what it is, what area I'm working on or I'm focusing in at this particular time. Maybe I could, maybe just glue that up as well and let you all have a look at that. I do have it on the on my computer, so I can share that with you guys, okay? But let me just make a note of that. Share my life wheel. You see, I have to do it. Share my life wheel. So yeah, so what I'm saying is that it's nice if we give ourselves parameters, because otherwise we are overwhelmed by it. So we were thinking, okay, first we look at maybe our movement. Okay, we knock ourselves. Oh, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I didn't get this exercise. I didn't get this exercise in. Also, I might as well give up. It's not going to work because let's start again next week. And if we may make a note and heads up to Carla, one of our members here on the group, messaged her. I said, hey, babes, don't put those negative thoughts. Stick with it, man. Stick with it. Let's just up the ante a little bit. Raise the bar slightly. It's like a high jump. You jump high, you beat that one, you raise the bar a little bit. Just raise your bar. Say a little bit more stuff. Recommit to yourself. And you know what? She accomplished it. So voila. So it's things like that. We look at an area that we are focusing on for the week, or we are reviewing. And we're saying, okay, our movement. But maybe we didn't get that exercise that we had to get in. Make a note. So next week we have to make sure we fill it in, make sure we have something to remind us what didn't work about it. Did we not plan beforehand? Did we not set out our exercise clothes for us to get out there in the morning? Did we not say no to some task or something that somebody asked us to accomplish for them? And instead of saying, look, I can't deal with this now, can I deal with this next week for you? We say, oh, okay, come. And then we stop what we're doing. We do that for the person. And you know what happened? What we had to do got left behind. So we stayed later at the office, or we stayed later doing something. And then we didn't get to exercise in the evening after work, if that's when we do it. Or we stayed up late, we didn't get to wake up in the morning. And many, many times, if we notice, what happens with us is that we get sidetracked, not because of our obligations and our long to-do list, but because other people infringe. We allow other people to infringe on it. I'm not saying you don't have to do things with people, and you don't have to do things with other people, but what I'm saying is that my story here is that I have done that for many, many years of my life. I don't know if it's my personality that I always want to help, and not help, I always want to be the superwoman. I want to fix it, I can get it done. I'll do everything. If you want something done, and that's what people say, oh, ask Carla, man, she'll do it for you. So it takes a lot of discipline, ladies and gentlemen. It takes a lot of discipline for us to say no, but say no in a nice way. And say no, maybe, when is the deadline really that you need this by? Okay, can I do it for you next Thursday? Or, oh gosh, I have a couple of deadlines, so maybe weekend after next, I can touch base on that. Can you just remind me again next weekend? And you know what? Chances are that the person asking you to do these things will figure it out themselves. Or they will realize it's not that important. And there you were, leaving your important stuff to do something for somebody else, or to do something that wasn't as important. And then at the end of the day, you are kicking yourself. You are negative talk to yourself. You are not giving yourself kudos for what you did accomplish. And you're just feeling generally not on top of your world. You don't feel like you rocked your world today because of these stupid little things. So I want us to say, let's start with one area of your life. Then we add another area. So let's say first area. If maybe you didn't get in your exercise in the morning, why not walk a little bit more? Take the stairs. Sit down, up and down 5 times instead of once every time you go to get out of a chair. To say, you know what? I'm adding that all up as squats that I did. And so, at the end of the day, I didn't do X, Y, Z, but hey, what? I rocked my day. Just make ourselves feel better at ourselves. Because this is a season where a lot of people, they put big plans for the next year because they're just downing themselves about the year that is closing. Now, I'm choosing to talk about that because we have the rest of this month to sort of look at the priority list. Go ahead and put some that have been accomplished, some that are more important to the top of that list, and let's relook at that list and take it forward. There. Now we talked about exercise. I also talked about a little bit about the work, because in my little wheel here, it's quite a big wheel, I have 12 areas, but they can actually, the 12 areas can go and be brought down really to 3 sections, okay? 3 areas of our life, whether it's homework and play. So social, work, professional, which could deal with financial and stuff like that, and then at home. So you might choose to put your health and vitality into your home area, because this is something you want to incorporate your family in, or you want to do from a home concept, a thing of a very personal thing, or you may want to put it within your social, in your community, because look, maybe you want to join a couple of friends after work and say, look, instead of us going for ice cream or stopping and going for something, why don't we walk to the beach and walk back and have a good chat, a good, heads up, or something like that, so you can make it into the social piece of the pie, okay? So we have different spokes here, so at home, at work, at play, and you can do that. You can also look into the career area. What in my work that is most important that I really wanted to accomplish with my work, my career? Was it a course I wanted to look into or I wanted to accomplish? Is it a course that I have been in the middle in and maybe I put aside some assignments? How can I juggle my time to really put these assignments under the to-do, have done section of our diary checked off, you know? And maybe just a little bit of assessment and say, oh, but wait a minute now, I have done, and I have done, and I have done. Wow, wait a minute now. Okay, I'm much further ahead than I thought. You know, because sometimes we need that. We need to just say, phew. Okay, so in my Pilates teaching, I teach a lot of Pilates, and that's my course, you'll know, of my movement instruction. I mean, I am a certified personal trainer. I'm certified in aerobics and step aerobics and or just name it, spinning and all of these things. I'm a certified group fitness trainer as well. So I have done a lot of the psychology of movement and setting things in. And as a life coach, I have also had to, of course, you have to cover all these things of how the mind is working, about accomplishing goals and setting goals and stuff like that. So the point I am making is that some of us don't give the credit because we are not putting ourselves in the right mindset to take the big picture when we are thinking about ourselves, okay? So what I want this little session here today on our Hump Day live Facebook chat here, just gonna put on my glasses, see if anybody's asking me a question. Okay, hi Diane. Any questions y'all can have, y'all can throw to me. Any comments as well as to what works for you guys, please do so, okay? So just what I wanted to say is, let's look back at our month, at our year, and this month, let's put the plan for what we want to accomplish for this month. Let's be realistic though, guys, because we know in December, we have a few holidays and we have a lot of distractions in December. So let's plan our December and let's plan what we want to accomplish really. And let's start from now, making our goals for 2020 and the next decade, making them realistic, but also starting to do the research around them. What are ways or things I need to accomplish them? What can I start putting in place to ensure that I hit the ground running? Because do you know when we set goals at the beginning of the year, what is known is that by the 21st of January, most people have not stuck to the resolutions. That's a fact. So maybe it's because, not maybe, it is because a lot of us approach these goals at the first of the year, write them out and make this big hullabaloo about them, but we haven't actually set the structures in place, the processes in place. I spoke already on a different Hump Day about this, the processes. We haven't put these processes in place because the whole concept of achieving is about being the achievement. Let us be these achievements even before we start putting the achievements in place of what we want to accomplish. We have to put ourselves in place, okay? Remember also when we are accomplishing things in the work area, and generally speaking, studies have shown that women tend to not be as assertive with what they want to achieve or what they would like to have. So they tend to not voice it forcefully enough like a man would just naturally do it. So maybe putting it down on paper. What is it exactly that you want to achieve? How you want to achieve it? How you want to voice it even? Write it out. So that when you're in the scenario, in the meeting, in the group or whatever that you want to put your voice forward, you have already voiced it on paper, you have voiced it to yourself. You can even film yourself voicing it so you see how you come across saying it. And you can also do it different ways. Oh, but that comes off a little bit soft. Maybe it's not sounding as genuine and as authoritative that I can rock this. And they'll probably think, okay, well, let's think about her and let's think about her and let's think about, but yeah, you said this to him. So these are the things that you want to do in setting up those goals. You want to look at being what you want to achieve. Okay? And in being what you want to achieve, you want to claim what you have already accomplished, your story that's behind you. You want to accept, acknowledge, and reward and appreciate yourself for what you've already accomplished. Write them down. Take those same goals and write them down. Tick them off. Okay, this is what I have done. This is what is left to do. But look at what I rocked already for this year. So I can feel in this space. I am in this space. So, okay. Next year coming up, good. I can do this. So guys, what I'm trying to say is a few things with this little post is that let's be appreciative about what we have accomplished for this year. Let us recognize that. Let us also look to being realistic of what we want to do for the closing part of this year so that we really feel that we're rocking it. But unless we already claim and feel that we are being that achievement, it may mean that we are putting our foot on the gas and the brake at the same time because we're second guessing ourselves. So let us just have that self-assuredness, self-appreciation to move forward with that. And that's basically what I was saying. And don't let negative things come and distract you or other people's issues distract you. Let's go on that mission, guys, to close 2019. Rocking it. You see how Carla closed her week last night? Carla asked her last week. She said, okay, I'm upping the ante, and she hit those footsteps, the 200,000 or whatever she had to accomplish. So you can do this. If you set your mind and you recommit to something every day, you know, you can do that. So here I am. Put this video on. Go to the end of it and say, let me hear Carla say, hit it. You know, I don't want to call any names, but I had a client yesterday and she hasn't done this and she hasn't done that. And I said to her, hey boy, but you have done this and you have done that. And her accomplishments are so phenomenal. I mean, honestly, such an accomplished woman, such a smart, together, accomplished woman. Every time I work with her, I feel so proud. But then sometimes she may voice, oh, but I haven't accomplished. And I haven't done that. I said, well, look at what else you did. And I'm like, she was, okay, yeah, that's true. So we all need that sort of little reminder. So why not get tools in place to remind ourselves and to be your best mascot, guys. Yeah, be your best mascot. Yeah, be your best mascot. Nothing like it, okay? So whoever is here with me live, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to put my glasses on to make sure I can see who's there. Okay, I just want to thank you guys. For those of you going to watch this after, I'm going to post this on our group so that it's there. I'll probably post it to my profile as well. So just stick with it. I'll be on next week. Okay, my toe is much better. Thank you for those of you who knew and asked. And we'll put some more things out there for December, so we close the year with a bang. Okay, so have a great rest of the week. And go out there and be the best that you can be. Be fit, be strong, and be flexible. Not just physically, but intellectually, emotionally, financially. Be resilient, okay? Be fit for purpose. And be strong, guys. Strengthen yourself from within, okay? See you next week, but I'll be on in between. All right.